All right, let's jump right in. As a wireless tech, you know the deal. The biggest headaches, the real head scratchers, they almost always come from interference you have absolutely no control over. The stuff happening outside your four walls. Well, today we're cracking open the case file on external radio frequency interference. Think of this as your detective's guide to managing that unseen world.
Now, just to set the stage, this is part 9 of a pretty massive 20-part series we're doing. Everything we're talking about today is pulled from Chapter 9 of an incredible technical guide put together by the experts at RFI Detectives. And here they are, the folks behind that super detailed report. All the insights we're digging into today, they come straight from their fieldwork and analysis. So, we've got 5 main areas to cover. First, we'll lay down the rules of the game. Then we'll start profiling the usual suspects, the things causing all that noise. After that, we'll get into your toolkit for managing it all, talk about the serious side of security and risk, and wrap up by looking at how to build a plan that's ready for the future. Okay, first things first. Before you can solve any RFI mystery, you have to know the law of the land. You've got to understand the rules that govern the entire space you're working in. This is your jurisdiction. And that brings us to the big one, FCC Part 15. This is basically the constitution for the unlicensed bands. It's got 2 simple but crucial rules. Rule 1, your gear has to accept any interference it gets, no complaining. Rule 2, your gear cannot cause harmful interference to any licensed services. So yeah, it's kind of like the Wild West. But even the Wild West had a couple of rules. And that, right there, that's the heart of the problem, isn't it? It's the whole reason we're talking about this. The brand new Wi-Fi system in the office next door, that ancient microwave in the break room, the heavy machinery firing up across the street. You can't just walk over and turn them off. You have almost zero direct control. That's our challenge.
So, we know the rules of engagement. Now it's time to build our suspect list. Any good RFI detective knows that the first step to cracking a case is figuring out who or what the likely culprits are.
Let's start with the everyday offenders. We're talking about the Wi-Fi jungle in a crowded apartment building, you know? Or the sea of Bluetooth headsets and speakers. Those old cordless phones that just won't die. And of course, the classic RFI villain, the microwave oven. And in really dense places, like a packed conference hall, you get this client-to-client chaos, where everyone's devices are basically just shouting over each other.
Then you've got the heavyweights. These industrial sources might not be chattering all the time, but when they do, boy, do they make a racket. Think about arc welding. It's like a lightning storm of RF noise. Giant electrical motors, industrial heaters, even those specialized scanners in a warehouse, they can all create interference so powerful, it can just totally flatten a normal Wi-Fi signal. Okay, so we've sized up the problem and we've got a list of suspects. Now it's time to gear up. This is where we stop being a victim of interference and start becoming the investigator who's actively managing the entire RF scene.
This is your game plan, right here. It all starts with keeping a constant eye on the vital signs of your network. You know, things like signal-to-noise ratio and retry rates. From there, you use your tools, especially a good centralized system, to see what's happening, get alerts, and look at historical data. That's how you spot new troublemakers the moment they appear and make smart, adaptive changes before they cause a real problem.
You see, this is really all about a huge shift in your mindset. It's about moving from being a network firefighter, always running around putting out the latest crisis, to being more like the fire marshal. You're proactively managing the environment to stop those fires from ever breaking out in the first place. You start anticipating challenges instead of just reacting to them. Now let's talk about when things get really serious. Because interference isn't just about a slow network. It can be a massive security risk with some very real legal and financial consequences. These are the high-stakes cases. And it is absolutely critical to know the difference between these two. Accidental interference? That's just a noisy neighbor or a faulty piece of gear. But malicious interference or jamming? That's a deliberate attack. One is an operational headache you manage. The other is a security threat you have to defend against. So how you cover yourself? Well, first, you play by the rules. You stick to regulations like Part 15. Second, and this is so important, you document everything. Keep detailed records of interference events and exactly what you did about them. That paperwork is your best friend in a dispute. You combine that with a solid backup plan and strong security, and you've built a really defensible position. And finally, let's look ahead. Let's talk about playing the long game. Because let's be honest, the wireless world is only getting noisier and more crowded. How do you build a management plan that's not just good for today, but is ready for whatever is coming down the pike?
Well, looking to that future, we have an amazing new tool showing up in our toolkit, AI. Seriously, artificial intelligence and machine learning are absolute game changers here. These systems can sift through mountains of spectrum data, spot patterns a human could never hope to see, and actually start predicting interference before it even happens. This is what proactive management is going to look like.
And this really pulls it all together. A truly future-proof strategy isn't just one thing. It's a whole package. It's that meticulous documentation we talked about. It's choosing your vendors wisely based on how well their gear handles interference. It's always keeping an eye on new tech like AI. And don't forget this one, it's educating your users. An informed user can be one of your best allies in keeping a network clean. So we'll leave you with this question to think about. The RF environment around you is alive. It's breathing. It's constantly changing. So after everything we've talked about today, from the rules to the tools to the future, is your interference management plan really ready for what's coming next?